Alright you guys, it's an exciting day in the rig because today we're going to be installing Starlink internet in the RV. Stick around. So the way this is going to work is that I got a telescoping antenna pole for like a Weboost cellular booster, and I'm going to mount our Starlink dish to that so that I can extend it above the roof of the RV when we're parked for the best signal and line of sight. But one of the challenges is we have to be able to get the cord from the Starlink modem out to the dish, and I don't want to permanently mount anything because the great thing about Starlink is I can put it on a little stand, take it in the Jeep, anywhere we go. So I need a way to pass the cable through the wall. We're going to start with that. So here's what I came up with. I've got this little cable pass through. It's for passing through a power cord. I'm going to mount this to the outside, and then on the inside I'm going to clean that up with this little plate. It's got a rubber grommet that I can push the cord through, so I'll be able to push from the inside, pop it out the wall. Now I'm still waiting on a package from Starlink that has the adapter I'm going to use to actually mount the dish on the pole, but that's okay. We got tons of loose ends we can tie up in the meantime. Now I'm going to start by marking where I want this on the inside here in the bedroom, somewhere down there. I'm going to mount the modem up here on the wall so it's easy to tie in with the rest of our internet. I'm going to drill a pilot hole through the wall with a smaller bit to mark the center point, and then I'm going to go outside. I'm going to use my hole saw to cut from the outside in. About right there, I think. This is nerve-wracking. Could be power in this wall. Hope we don't hit it. Okay. No matter how many times I do it, it's still unnerving how easy it is to put a hole right through the side of this thing. Or through the roof. We did it. Yeah. This is actually a specialty sized hole saw that we got from IKEA to match their wireless chargers that I mounted in our headboard. Look at that. Perfect. Like a glove. Like a wounded animal. There we go. Anybody want a souvenir? There's just a teeny weeny little problem. This thing's longer than the RV is thick. I don't know, 1/4 of an inch. So I'm gonna have to drill this out from the inside too, pass this all the way in, and then figure out how to make it look nice on the inside afterward. This is part of the journey, guys. Now I looked to find something less invasive, like I don't need to pass that much cord through. There was nothing. I need to get a 3D printer. But on the plus side, we actually have multiple use cases for passing cords through the RV. And this is over on the service side where all the utilities are. For example, when we're charging the Jackery on solar panels, usually we have to leave it through a cracked window. Now we can just go right through. Straight into the rig. All right, we did it. I put a whole mess of butyl tape on it. I'll clean that up and seal it with some caulk on the outside. Also got some under the hinge here. But generally, that works. See? Open the door, pull the cable through, close the door, close it down over the cable. I think it's awesome. And there's the inside. Now, since we were unfortunately just a smidge too long, I'm gonna go to the garage and work up some sort of finish plate to put over the top of that. Okay, we've got a port to the outside. Let's test it. Cord goes through. Out the other end. Beautiful. Oh yeah, it goes through nicely. Closes down pretty well too. It'd be nice to have some sort of like rubber washer that we put around it so that, you know, like a wasp can't climb up in there or something, because they do that. They'll find a way. And just like that, with only a minor amount of faking it till we make it and rigging it up weird, got a cable pass through inside the RV. All right, the next step in this project is setting up the cleats for our telescoping antenna pole. It'll just like click down into them on the side and rest on its base. They just came with 3M VHB tape. I mean, that's pretty strong stuff, but I guess the reality is that like it's not really holding it up, it's just keeping it stable. It's not like we're gonna drive around with this thing on the side of it. Not good for it. This thing didn't come with instructions, so what I've decided I'm going to do is hang the top cleat first, get it nice and squared up as close to the top as possible, because then I have maximum leverage for the part of the pole that sticks up above the roof, and then this bottom one's on like a quick release, so when you're installing it you just unclip it and move it wherever you want it. So I'll get the first one fixed and I'll get it set in it, and then I'll get it straightened out and plumbed, and then I'll set the one on the bottom. That's my plan. I'm just gonna use, I don't want to stick it to this stuff because it flakes off the old striping, but I am gonna use that as a reference for straight for sure. How does BHB work? Pressure for 30 seconds? That's what I'm gonna go with. The ideal amount of pressure is however much it takes to secure this down without flipping the ladder. Oh, that's on there. Lovely. All right, I got a cleat installed. Just kind of eyeballing it. I'm using the top of the wheel well as a kind of a reference for square, because, you know, it's on a vehicle, it's not parked level. Feels pretty good. So I'm just going to take the tape off this and go ahead and use the sleeve to mount it. That makes the most sense to me. This is cool. I've been stressing about this a little bit. I stress about everything a little bit, but this was the next thing on my list, so now I'm stressing about it. All right, buddy. Do the magic. It's right about there. Clamped in. Are we still square? Mostly. Okay, here we go. On there. It's pretty stable, guys. Check that out. Cleats in up there. The dish will be right on top. I can extend it a little bit taller. Actually, I can go a lot taller. I can go 25 feet with it. I won't go that high. This thing has a payload of 10 pounds. The dish is 9 pounds. It's 10 pounds when it's most collapsed. It's like 7 pounds at full, or 5 pounds at full extension. So somewhere along that line, the dish is a little bit too heavy for it. I think this is gonna be perfect. Oh yeah, check this out. It's got this little pin. You have the dexterity. You push that in, and now that one's locked in and can't come out. Pretty dope. Now, I still don't have the dish mount for the top. Starlink sells a pole mount adapter that you put over the top of the pole and you screw it down, and then the dish clips into that. So that part we're still waiting for. Oh, all right, I guess it's time to move on to some other stuff. That looks really cool. I'm pretty proud of it. All right, so if you're up to date with our channel, you'll know we just redid our bathroom due to some water damage. By the way, go watch that video if you haven't seen it already. One of the things that needs to be wrapped up in there is I took down our shower curtain. We have a really tiny shower, and I needed to replace the shower curtain, and I found this extenda shower thing. It's not assembled right now, but the idea is that you like install it in the shower, and it pops into the shower when you're not using it, and it pops out of the shower when you are. So it like extends things out, because in our shower, you're definitely like rubbing elbows with the shower curtain the whole time. So that's gonna be really nice. It's too big for our shower, but I read on their website that you can trim it down. So I need to go measure, cut some length off this tube, and install our new shower curtain. Got the metal blade. I mean, all the blades are metal, but this blade cuts metal. Nothing like cutting up a brand new thing. Haven't even had it for a day. So much more room. This is cool. Actually wash. Oh my gosh. Use your arms. Turn like this. Cool. This is, see me washing? This is my washing move. This is how I do it. Two bars of soap at a time. Alright, got the panels all cleaned up and back on the roof finally. Yes. But before I get them all fastened down and hooked back up, I never actually installed a proper disconnect switch for these. So I ordered a battery disconnect switch from Amazon that came same day today, so that was cool. It's freaking monster, it's massive. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and hook that up first, and then we'll finish the panels. I don't know if we'll get that done today. I mean, it's almost 7 o'clock tonight. Install the switch, basically in line like that. I don't have much spare cable to work with, so let's make this good. This tool is pretty sweet because it's got different size jaws, so you just rotate it. We're gonna go to the 6 gauge. Should be nice here. Instead of taking it, I'm taking pieces home. And you could say I'm far beyond control. As of late, it's substance to my soul. Every day is a plan and we now have a proper disconnect switch for the solar panels. On, off. Negative to positive. Okay. Alright, so the panels are currently off and we're drawing 8 watts on. Oh hey, look at this. Using 0 watts. Yeah, 0.13 amps. we're charging. It's middle of the night, we're not gonna get good charge. Middle of the night, it's 7 o'clock. All right, cool, we're hooked up. Good, I don't have to run the damn generator anymore. Charge these batteries. The cutoff switch install works great. And our panels have charged our batteries back up. But now I need to get these reinstalled. So, I got me some mineral spirits, which is the appropriate way to clean our new silicone roof coating, which has gotten filthy. It's just a very superficial dirt, it comes right off. So I need to clean this all up because I'm going to use the corresponding roof caulk that matches the silicone here, so it'll stick to it and bond to it under the panels. And I bought some roofing screws for this, metal roofing screws. So they've got these little like neoprene washers on them, and of course I'm going to silicone over them anyway. Yeah, here we go. There's a little piece of metal along the cap here, and so last time I had self-tapping screws, so I'll have to just come drill some pilot holes for that stubborn one, but I'm gonna go ahead and get the rest of these down first. Oh, you guys, I feel so good about that install. Like a million times better than the first time I put these up here. Those are solid. Just got really good seal with the caulk under it. These roofing screws with little washers that compress. You can see them compressing out. And this roofing material is really thin. I mean, it's like 1/8 inch Luan. And there's just styrofoam below that. So you can feel that screws don't really have that much bite into it. But when you put the sealant down and screw through it the way that I did, I imagine what happens is that silicone gets in the threads of the screw and worked all the way down in there, and then once that silicone cures, it's like an anchor, you know, it's like a big plug just kind of bonded with the roof material and the insulation and everything. Panels are back. Now, the way I had the wires here secured before was with lap sealant. You know, just make a big glob of it, stick the wires in it, let the lap sealant cure, bond to the roof. I'm gonna try the same approach with Henry silicone. Let's see if that works. It might not. We'll find out. Woo! I've had some drama with this Starlink pole adapter. I got the pipe adapter from Starlink and I ordered it. And I also got a carrying case for the whole setup, which is gonna be really handy on the road. Well, it all got delivered according to DHL, but all I got was a carrying case and no pipe adapter. So finally got a hold of Starlink support, and they said we'll send you another one, but it takes them about 3 weeks to send something out. I'll leave it in 3 days. So that was no good. So I found this guy, a company called Satellite Sail, and they make an adapter for like a traditional like TV satellite. It's called like a J mount. I wasn't sure if it was gonna fit, so I called the company and said, hey, you know, they had some mixed up measurements between inner and outer diameter, but it looked like it might. And so I called them and they said, well, order one. If it doesn't fit, we'll let you return it. So I had them overnight one to me. It literally got here the next day and it totally fits. So now we can finally put this satellite dish up, and not a moment too soon. It's like right under a tree. I still want to fire it up. See what happens. There's no way we have signal. I mean, maybe it works a little bit. We're not gonna have good signal by any means. All right, firing it up, first time. All right, well, as expected, sitting directly underneath the tree we're not gonna get signal from that. So I just wanted to prove that we got it all hooked up, which we do. And I'll pull it back out into the dry where we've got some room and a view of the sky here in a minute and really test it out, but looks like everything's working. I actually got a little bit of a connection off of it. And then I'm gonna tie this in with our cell modem so that when the Starlink's not running, it backs up to 4G and we just keep all our devices on the same network. Now, I'm not gonna get into that in this video. This is just setting up the Starlink. But very soon, while we're out in Yellowstone, which is a trip that we're leaving for in like 2 days, we'll make a video on our entire internet setup, Starlink plus the 4G, how it's all connected together, the hardware we use, and kind of give you guys a review of how it's doing. All right, that's it. Starlink's installed. We've got one more project. It's going to be in the next video before this thing is ready to hit the road. So one more project, then we're ready to hit the road for Yellowstone. So we're headed to Yellowstone, about 5 weeks on the road. It's going to be awesome. We'll be getting prepped in the next video, making our way out there. And if you want to see a cool project, I'm going to be figuring out how to remove this tank and replace it with 2 of these swappable ones. So if you want to see me figure that out, get subscribed. Okay, see you soon.